Good morning, Tim Emerson of Kuan Yin Healing here, and I want to show you something this morning. Watch. This is something I recently shared with my 11 Paths to Self-Healing folks, the people who took the quarterly Self-Healing Mastery Program, a little extra for them. It comes from Chen style Tai Chi, and it's called Silk Reeling, and it's a way of moving energy. There are actually several of these exercises, and notice we're circulating the chi, but everything is in motion. The hips are in motion, the knees are in motion, the ankles, and the energy is coming up from the earth, okay, directed by the waist through the hands as delivered by the mind. And I mention this because this is what most people understand to be energy. Moving the chi of the body, okay, moving the energy of the body. And it's actually much more than that. Now, moving the chi is certainly important. It's the basis for important things like Qigong and acupuncture. Very, very useful thing. But energy can be directed in all sorts of different ways, and it's not simply a way of moving, it's a way of experiencing our energy. So, for example, a lot of people, when they think of energy, they think of directing it. So even in something like Tai Chi and Silk Reeling, there are four basic energies here. One is what we would think of as Pong energy. Pong energy is like expanding a ball, so like things kind of bounce off you. Okay, movements like this, and it's an expansion, a settling and expansion at once. That's called Pong. When we're doing energy healing, sometimes that's what we want to do. We want to expand the energy. And incoming energy. This is Lu energy. Okay, its energy is coming in and being grounded. This is on energy. It's like pushing a car. First you sink down and you bounce. Okay, on energy. And then this is G energy. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it would look something like this. And it's actually moving the entire body, heel to toe, in a really sharp release of energy. But it's actually only through this one point. So all the energy is channeled at that one point. And you can push somebody quite far doing that way. Now I mention this because when people think of energy healing, they mostly think really of G, that one point energy. Heal my whatever, heal this one spot. And that's perfectly fine up to a point. But there's so much more to energy. We talked about this in the last video, why I created the healing journey. And I want to build on that and show you a couple techniques that you can use. So, typical energy healing we think of in terms of the electromagnetic spectrum. All right, we start, there's all these different energies, but they work pretty much the same way. There's a yin and a yang, there's an attraction and a repulsion to electricity, to magnetism, and as the energy travels distances, it gets weaker. And that's the kind of energy circling through the body that people talk about. It's very important, but it's only a portion, and it's not the kind of energy we're talking about. It's healing at the level that I want to talk to you about. What Dr. William Tiller calls magnoelectric energy. And that's the energy that binds things together. Okay? So, it's one thing to talk about the energy in my body, but what about the energy that connects me to you? What about the energy that flows from me through all this into all things? And this is not simply mysticism. That's what I want to show you today. It's very practical. It's something you can actually experience, and many of my clients have experienced. We're going to give you a short demonstration right now about this as well. We talk about things like you need to pay attention to mind, body, spirit, emotions, and all that. But we rarely show people really how to do that effectively, what really goes into something like that. So let's just take a minute here, okay? And breathe. You can close your eyes if you like. And what I want you to do is this. Sit so that your back is straight. Okay, feet on the floor. Lotus position, if you can do it, is fine, but not necessary. Hands gently in your lap, just relax. Drop your jaw. A lot of tension is carried in your jaw. And what I want you to do is just breathe in through your nose very gently, like you're smelling flowers. And then gently out through your mouth. Okay, here comes April to join us, our horse. Okay, smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Just like that. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Okay, you do that nice and slow, whatever is a good pace for you. And you close your eyes and do this. I just want you to sit comfortably. You don't have to try to do anything. Just watch your thoughts. That's right, April. We're going to watch our thoughts. Okay, and if your mind is racing, that's fine. Just notice it. Okay, geez, my thoughts are really racing. That's all right. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Just watch your thoughts. Okay, if there's a lot of things going on in your head, that's fine. Just watch it. Watch it come and go. Just smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. And as you do this, if you notice any emotions, anything that you're feeling, anything that you're upset about, or anything that you're just happy about, any emotions at all, just watch them, just notice them. Okay? We tend to identify with our emotions like that's what we are. Just notice them. I'm feeling whatever you're feeling, and just notice that you're feeling that way. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candle. If you're feeling any mental tension, confusion, a lot of stress, a lot of things going on, just notice it. It's all right. Just smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Smell the flowers. Okay, or like April. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle. If there's any sensations going on in your body, any pain, any cramps, any kind of just sensation whatsoever anywhere in your body, just notice that. Simply notice it. As you smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Now imagine there's a plane of light going vertically through you, separating left and right, all the way in 360 directions, separating your left side from your right side. And notice anything you're feeling on the left side or the right side. Right? Maybe the left side of your nose is stuffed up. See if you can balance that energy, like scales or like shifting sand or water, to balance it out between the two sides. Okay? Or if your left shoulder hurts, move half that over to your right shoulder. Just kind of imagine it flowing over to your right shoulder. Okay? Any sensations that you feel anywhere, just imagine that flowing through and evening out on both sides. Okay? And now imagine there's a light right inside your chest, about the size of a golf ball or a tennis ball. And it's just warming you, filling you. It nourishes every cell. It nourishes every part of you. And just smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Just notice the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that come and go. And imagine there's a ball of light surrounding you like a giant egg. Okay? And now we're going to balance the inside and the outside. So it's surrounding you, warming you, protecting you. And whatever sensations you have inside, pain, emotion, mental confusion, we're just going to let those, again, just kind of like sand shifting, just shift out to the outside. Okay? So they're still there. It's all right. Just shift out to the outside. And just notice them as you shift them out to the outside. And then when you've shifted them out to the outside, let them go to the extreme outer edge of this egg of light, Let them go to the extreme edge of this light, and let them just dissipate. Let it take time, right? Just like osmosis. Let them just dissipate and spread out. Okay, good. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle. Now, several important things are going on here. So first, oftentimes when people say, I hear this a lot about meditation, I can't meditate, my thoughts are just racing. Actually, you're noticing your thoughts, even if they're racing, and that's what meditation is, right? The ancient yogis who invented meditation, they weren't looking to become relaxed, they were already relaxed. They were looking for awareness. And so when you notice your thoughts, there's a separation, however small, between you and what you're thinking. And that's the first key, is that this stuff going around in your head is not you. And you can actually pull back from that and be separate from that. When we are feeling emotional things, this is very tough sometimes, and we feel like it's our identity, like it's going to last forever. But actually, same thing, there's a space between you and your emotions. You can notice them. You are not these emotions. You are having these emotions and letting them go through you. The same thing is true of bodies, okay? You are not this body, but you can step back and notice what's going on. It's not you. It's hard to do if there's a lot of pain, but you can do this and find this separation. And the same thing is true spiritually. And this is the beginnings of the kinds of energy that I want to kind of share with you quickly today. And that is this energy that moves through us all, not just through the body. What you're actually doing is, instead of trying to deal with all this energy yourself, you're spreading it out first to your own energy and then sharing it with universal energy, where it's just a drop in the bucket. A lot of the illnesses that we get, colds for example, allergies, these actually are the body's reaction to something, overreaction to something going on. And so we kind of take these as inevitable, but in fact we can simply stop overreacting. We can do that with a lot of things once we learn how, once we learn this space. Now, some of you may have experienced some of these things or noticed things. You can actually learn to be in the space. So there's the space between our energy in the physical world. If you've ever been there briefly, it's happened to me half a dozen times. It's a brilliant white, and it's like this loud buzz, you know, just kind of too blinding to see anything, and just sort of just an interesting space. That's the space between you and the physical world. Buddhist teachings talk about this in the Pali Canon, I believe. And in the many people have experienced, especially as children or after injuries, the space between you and emotions. Visually, we experience this as that dream or that half waking where you're aware but you feel like you can't move your body at all. That's what that is. That's that space between energy and things. And there are similarly spaces between, in meditation we're looking for that space between your thinking and you, in enlightenment or simply awareness, because there are stages to this. You are looking for that space between you and your soul. One of the interesting things, for example, that the Buddhist canon teaches, in the West we tend to talk about like a soul inside the body. It's something that really holds us back. Buddhism doesn't talk about a soul. There isn't a soul, again, any more than there's a body. It's a construct, and what we actually have is consciousness. So to experience something like that, we have to go through a system, and it doesn't have to be mystical. What you just did in this exercise with me is learn to find where that space is, and you've actually experienced it. And you can do this to certainly begin to heal a lot of things and to find peace with things, which itself is healing. In the healing journey, this is what we do. We start off with things that are easy to hold, to understand, and we build on that so you can have a different experience. And then once we experience that in the physical world, we can experience it in the emotional world, and then in the mental world, and then in the spiritual world. And we can use this for very powerful healing with this energy that connects us all. The energy that is actually love, information, and light. We think of it as light, love, light, information, all the same thing at this level. All the thing of compassion. That's the kind of energy I'm talking about. And I really want to get across the important concept that this is this is what creates everything. And so when I say better health and happiness are possible now, I'm talking literally that we can, whatever our path, whatever our journey, we can take a step closer in this direction and feel some relief, whatever we're working towards, and take things step by step. That's what I mean by a comprehensive thing. Now, sometimes people, in fact, pretty frequently, people say, you know, yeah, I know that, I got my thing, I'm doing fine. And yet, they're dealing with health, they're dealing with struggles. And so I ask people, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, 10 being perfectly happy, perfectly healthy, don't change a thing, oh my God, this is awesome, then where would you fall on that scale? And even if you're like, oh, I'm doing pretty well, I'm a 7. It's like a 7, a C minus, you know, life should be better than that, as well as just sharing with people, with other people, how much better life can be. That's really the message. There's a lot of concern also, like, well, you know, what about the time? What about investments and things like that? And yet the same people will go to a chiropractor, just for example. I have great respect for chiropractors, but they'll go to a chiropractor for the same condition every week for a year, and without relief, and just keep doing that. There's no real sense in that. So what we need is some sort of a comprehensive thing to find out things. When something's going on, we've created it. We've created it from some different way. How do we find out what that is? How do we delve into that? So we need a systematic process to do that. Sometimes that can happen in a series of a few energy healing sessions, because we get love, light, and information. So sometimes there's great insight, and we get flashes. Other times more often we need to roll up our sleeves and do the more thorough work of clarity, connection, coherence, and change in a very systematic way. So that's what the healing journey is about, and that's what healing packages are about, and that's how healing works at this area. I hope this makes sense. I'd really love to hear your comments. In the next video, we're going to look at exactly how you get involved in working on this in an extended and very powerful way that will change your life, and honestly will. Okay? So we'll see you then. If you haven't already, go to my website, KuanYinHealing.com, and download the free 42-page booklet, What You Need to Know Before You Hire a Healer, which gives you a lot of the basics here. Talk to you later.